Hello, my wonderful Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. Let's take a look at your 2025 wrap-up. Let's see what's coming in the next year. Have you been blocked by something, Capricorn, this year? Let's see. I'm using the German Rider Waite deck that I have here. I have a bunch of different decks here, so let's see what I feel guided to do. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, it's the Nine of Pentacles coming out, and it came out like this. It was in the reverse first, then it like turned around in the table like this, sideways, and then I picked it up in the upright. So you might have turned something around. Turn around this year. And the Nine of Pentacles, if you look at this person, they've all this work that they've put in, it has led to a state of comfort, feeling secure in your material reality, feeling in touch with yourself too. Look at how they're, this bird on their hand, they're really not just in touch with their material reality, like their financial reality, but also the natural reality surrounding them. And what I'm seeing for you, Capricorn, is that you worked really hard to get to where you are at the moment this year. I'm hearing for the past few years, but this year you really turned things around. Let's see what else wants to come out. We have the Four of Swords coming out. So usually this is about rest, deep rest, being alone, just focusing on yourself, almost recovering from something. And we have it coming out in the reverse. So this tells me that it's basically the same meaning though. You slowed down this year, or you will be slowing down in the following year. All this hard work you put in, but you will never feel, 143 on the timer, you will never feel like you want to rest. You will feel rested, but you will, because you are used to this hustle now, is what I'm getting. But you might have to learn how to rest next year and just find silence within, and like be okay with the silence, be okay with just not doing anything, not working so hard, not focusing so much on self-mastery and just getting more money, because you already reached a point where you're taking care of yourself and you're about to also take care of others, is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm curious about, but Spirit is really hiding that from you. There's no more cards coming out. Okay, so you might be recovering from something when it comes to your heart. That's why you might be a little bit apprehensive when it comes to new love, new relationships in all kinds of like ways. This could be platonic, this could be romantic, or even your family. You've experienced some sort of significant loss this year, Capricorn. Something that you might have been separated from something or someone, but regardless, it really pierced through your heart. But with the Three of Swords coming out in the reverse, it tells me that the worst is already over. You can't really go anywhere but up from here. It's time to heal, and you know that. And it's a good year for you to heal. You'll be resting next year, and that will be the perfect time for you to heal. And you won't be in this energy for too long, because in both of these cards, you can see that the swords are slowly falling down, so like falling out. So the worst is already over. And the Nine of Wands also tells us that the worst is already over. You've like, even if you felt, is what I'm hearing, like giving up this year, it's the fact that you worked so hard is what grounded you. It kind of got you out of this mental headspace of just, I'm hearing brutality. You felt very brutalized emotionally, and grounding yourself through your work, working hard on your abundance has really brought you out of this mindset, and has helped with your healing, you know, because you had an outlet. Okay, I'm going to take just the Three of Wands that came out in the reverse, because the other cards, I couldn't see any of them. We have the Three of Wands coming out in the reverse. So, this is about your, usually this is about the plans you have, the way you express yourself. You know that there's growth coming because of the way you express yourself. This could be a new just a new creative endeavor in some sort of way. And it kind of felt this year, you might have felt a bit as if you were stifled in your self-expression, like you were doubting your own self, maybe because of this heartbreak. It really put a lot of self-doubt in you, and it made you realize your own limitations, is what I'm hearing. It made you realize that no matter how far you try to plan ahead, there's always going to be something in the way that's going to put a halt to your plans. So there's one more card coming out. We have the sorry, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I always mix those up. Anyway, we have the Seven of Swords coming out in the upright. So you were able to move on quickly from this heartbreak. You were able to, again, I guess it's because of your work, but I'm also guessing that you repressed a lot of the heartbreak that you did experience. And I know you didn't want to really talk about this, Capricorn. Some of you might be gone already, but what I'm hearing is it has to be said. Someone needs to acknowledge what you've been through, even if it only happened on the inside, because most people didn't even see the pain you went through, Capricorn. I'm seeing that most people just saw you working hard, working on your money, working on yourself. A lot of you went to the gym or just put a lot of effort in your material reality and your outer reality, and you abandoned your inner well a little bit. You felt a little bit creatively inhibited is what I'm hearing because of this heartbreak. And you will have enough time in the next year, 0606, enough time to rest and really contemplate and process what has happened in your heart space this year, because you've been very much rooted, almost too rooted. Nothing is going on in your head. There's a lot of subconscious happenings in the background, because it's almost like the cards are too clear. There's no mention of the Empress, even, or like High Priestess, the Moon, something that would give me an indication, but I can feel it. It's literally booming. But the cards aren't really revealing much. It's very much so masculine. All we have coming out here are swords and wands, except the Nine of Pentacles in the very beginning, as well as the Seven of Pentacles that just came out in a reverse. So you don't want to talk about your emotions, because it might make you lose the little faith that you have left, is what I'm hearing. If you contemplate it too much, if you think about it too much, you might come to conclusions that you won't be able to recover from, is what I'm hearing. So you're trying to almost, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss, and I respect that. So just know, and this is the last card I'm going to take, just know that transformation is coming, whether you want it or not. It'll start small. It'll start in a way where you can feel it without anyone realizing what's happening on the inside. But at one point, it will be obvious to everyone. If you look at the imagery on the death card, he looks like a knight. He looks like all of the knights, and the knights are seen by everyone. Same as the Six of Wands, that figure coming back home and being celebrated by the public. You see who he's being celebrated by, or who he's meeting here. There's a new beginning. There's an end and a new beginning. And you know that this transformation has been a long time coming. I want to get some clarifiers from my oracle deck just to see what else you can look forward to in the coming year. Let's get 3 cards. Let's get 3 cards and then close out your reading, Capricorn. What intense energy. But at least you got your money up. Okay, so next year it'll be a little bit less work and a little bit more fun, and you deserve that. We have partying as the bottom deck energy, which says time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. So this heartbreak will be over soon. We have Love Call coming out, Shock, as well as Dragonfly. So exactly, this was the first card that came out. This is gonna how your 2026 is gonna look like. It says lighthearted, adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light, and heal. So your emotions are gonna come bubbling up, and you'll know how to handle it though. You'll be able to handle all of that. There was some sort of shock this year that has put swords through your heart, 0909 on a timer. And it says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, and epiphany, transformation. So another card of transformation. You can't really run away from this change. And we have Love Call as the last card coming out, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. So there's someone in your energy, a romantic energy in your energy that is coming towards you in the next year. You will be receiving some sort of communication from them in form of a call or a message, an email if you still use that. And yeah, so you have a lot to look forward to, a lot of healing to look forward to, a lot of getting to know yourself on a deeper emotional level, and a lot of enjoying all the hard work you put in this year, like enjoying your abundance that you've accumulated with a person that you love, hopefully, at least that loves you.